are thrilled to welcome you to the Visa Everywhere Initiative Women's Edition, where we showcase women-founded startups in North America. These talented entrepreneurs, handpicked from the United States, will compete for a chance to win a total prize pool of $25,000. Our distinguished panel of judges, representing both the startup community and Visa, will have the challenging task of selecting the deserving winners. Leading us through this exciting journey is our esteemed host, Dolores Terry, Senior Business Development Manager on Inclusive Client Partnerships at Visa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dolores Terry, and I'll be your host for this exceptional edition of the 2023 Women's Visa Everywhere Initiative. We're so excited to have you tune in today. Visa has selected an impressive cohort of startups and fintechs, all of which are doing groundbreaking work in North America. These companies are poised to change the world of payments and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Now, I want to introduce our esteemed judges. We have Angela Cadon, who is a Senior Director on Visa Ventures at Visa. Kate Donata, Director of North America Inclusive Impact and Sustainability at Visa. Kristen Slink, who is the founder and CEO of Tech AF Founder Academy. And Buki Adaba Umano, investor at Anthemis. We're so excited to have you all join us today. Next, introducing our four finalists. We have Nicole Montoya of Cheddar Up, Kata Ludwig of Baoba, Fernanda Orduña of Decaf, and Jacqueline Rowe of Onward. Let's give a big virtual round of applause for our judges and finalists. How will today work? Each of our four finalists will have 4 minutes to pitch, followed by 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. Startups will be judged on the following: solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunities, desirability and uniqueness, feasibility of product and solution, and how well their platform uplifts minority communities. Once all startups have pitched, the judges will deliberate privately and select the winner, receiving $20,000 in prize money. For those in the audience today, your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will receive $5,000. After all 4 startups have pitched, a QR code to the voting page will pop up on the screen with instructions on how to place your vote. You will have 2 minutes to cast your vote, so stay ready. While judges are deliberating later in the show, Ariana Armelli from Dorothy and Gwyneth Borden from Remit will share their experiences as 2023 Special Edition winners. Now, let's get to the pitches. First up, welcome Nicole Montoya of Cheddar Up, easy online payments and forms for groups.
Hi, I'm Nicole Montoya, co-founder and CEO of Cheddar Up. I'll start by introducing you to Julia, who also happens to be my daughter. In kindergarten, Julia's school had a simple fundraiser: bring in $4 and you can wear pajamas. Not my finest moment, but I took $4 from my daughter's piggy bank. I knew there had to be a better way. The best way to understand what we do is to know who we serve. We serve PTA board members, HOA treasurers, booster club presidents, the list goes on. It's a large underserved market. They're typically volunteers and they have a lot to do, like collect payments and information for all types of things: events, memberships, registrations. Historically, this has been done using checks, cash, and paper because each endeavor is different and they need something custom, as well as because while some volunteers are tech savvy, many are not. But today, paper is not going to cut it. If groups aren't collecting online, participation and money collected go down, way down. and admin goes through the roof. Regular tools aren't built for groups. They're too light or too heavy. Peer-to-peer apps, amazing, but they're meant for getting money from A to B. SMB software, built for businesses. Expensive fundraising software? Well, it's expensive. Cheddar Up fills a gap and is built for groups. It's easy to use, flexible, and more than just payments. Groups need frictionless payments, built-in tracking, payments and forms, and easy year-over-year handoff. So how does it work? An organizer creates an online page on Cheddar Up. Behind the scenes, a myriad of KYC and vetting happens. They share the page with their community via a URL or QR code. People pay from their browser, no app or account needed. The organizer then has all the reporting they need and can withdraw directly to their bank. We also never stop innovating. We recently released a sign-up feature that users love. We have a new ticketing feature in development, and we plan to launch additional revenue streams, including gift cards and instant payouts. Thinking back to Julia's piggy bank, that $4 has turned into over $350 million processed and growing. We've helped over 100,000 groups and millions of payers. As a female-founded company, we're passionate about supporting women. Not only is a significant percentage of our users female, but we also have partnerships with Girl Scout councils around the U.S. that give thousands of troops our highest premium plan for free. Speaking of that, we make money on every transaction. While organizers can always stay on our free plan, we have 2 optional plans with premium features. We would be thrilled with the opportunity to partner with Visa. Today, over 65% of our card transactions are on the Visa network. The Visa Direct API would enable Cheddar Up to offer real-time payments and faster settlement for our groups. Whether it's a teacher gift at the end of the school year or paying the spiritware vendor, speed matters. And in the interest of staying cashless, Visa's gift card and issuing APIs would give our groups additional options to receive their funds. With a collaboration in place, we could expand and enhance our efforts to help communities across the nooks and crannies of North America become cashless and more efficient. And a side benefit, we would also help parents avoid having to raid their children's piggy banks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm sure all kids across America are happy they can keep some cash in their piggy bank. Now let's head over to our judges for our first round of Q&A. I'll kick it over to Angela. You can go first.
Thanks, Nicole. I love what you're building. I'd love to know, how do groups find out about Cheddar Up?
Great question, Angela. Thanks. That's our user acquisition strategies and marketing are sort of threefold. First of all, it's important to just kind of understand the innate viral nature of Cheddar Up. We're a group payment platform, so that really serves us well. You can imagine, Cheddar Up being introduced to a school. Now, hundreds of people know about Cheddar Up. Chances are they're probably going to go off and refer that to someone. In fact, in 2022, 22% of our collectors were actually payers first. So that works in our favor. And then we also have a lot of kind of integrated marketing strategies. It's SEO, pay-per-click, email marketing, events. We have a really great marketing team that works on that. And then our partnerships that I mentioned also do a really good job.
Great, thank you.
Yep. I'll throw it over to Kristen for any of her questions.
Awesome, great pitch. Thank you so much for explaining who your users are. It was super clear. What I'd love to know is, what is your revenue model? How are you making money?
Absolutely. Well, we'll make money on transactions. So we take a little cut of every payment that happens on the platform. And then we also make money as kind of a classic SaaS model from subscribers who need more features and want to jump into a premium plan.
Thank you.
Yep.
And moving on right along, I'll pass it right on over to Buki.
Thanks so much for the pitch, Nicole. So I would love to understand a little bit about your user metrics, right? So once a set of users is on the platform, what does your retention look like? How frequently are they engaging with the platform? I'm guessing a lot of people come in because they have a big event. So it'd be great to hear how sticky they are over time.
Yeah, absolutely. We have our repeat collector rate is about 76%. So if you think about the people who use Cheddar Up, it's sort of a lot of repeat collectors. It's a PTA, it's a booster club. They have lots of ways and reasons to use Cheddar Up year round, and they're super sticky. We also have users who come for a class reunion, family reunion, classroom teacher gift. And so they're kind of making up, they're kind of hurting that 76%, right? They're in that 24% because they come, they use it, they love it, they walk away. Maybe they come back the next time they have a similar use case. But hopefully that's helpful.
And Kate, I'll throw it over to you for final questions for Nicole.
Thanks for this, Nicole. This was great. I have a 3 and a 4-year-old, and so I could think of a lot of use cases of where I would use Cheddar, from sort of the gift for the ballet teacher or $3 pizza day, which I never have 3 singles for. Just thinking forward, how would you use this 10K to expand the business? And are there any other target groups that you're thinking of in the future, just to bring this to life a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I can think of lots of ways to use the 10K. Probably just marketing and growth. We've got some marketing channels that work really well, and we would just dump more into those. We also have some that we're looking to experiment with, like podcast advertisements, streaming advertisements, that kind of thing. And then in terms of new demographics, you know, we have some really nuanced niche ones, but we're really focused on groups, clubs, fine arts, groups that are super sticky. So I think we were really laser focused on those groups, and that's how we do our marketing really well. So we feel like we've kind of cracked that nut, and I don't think we really need to expand them, but more spend money on the existing target markets.
Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much, judges. Next up, welcome Kata Ludwig of Baoba, a parametric technology to create real-time and automated insurance.
Hi, I am Kata, CEO and founder of Baoba. We are creating real-time automated insurance experiences. Now let's meet Julie, a female solo traveler. Her flights are frequently delayed and her luggage is lost. Her traditional travel insurance is not giving her the protection she needs. She will have to spend 2 hours on filing her claim and wait over 30 days to get her compensation, leaving her to sleep on the airport floor. Julie is not alone. Many people are left underinsured. Over 30% of flights will be delayed this summer, and almost 90% of female travelers feel the unsafest when they're traveling, with 30% of them feeling most at risk while being in transit. We have created Baoba to help Julie get the solution she needs. Our white label technology enables her trusted bank and insurance partners to provide her with real-time, automated, and claims-free insurance. In other words, Baoba makes it super easy to offer consumers parametric insurance. Parametric means that insurance claims can be automated. When an event occurs to Julie, such as her flight being delayed, claims are automatically verified based on third-party data. This allows us to proactively notify her and immediately settle her claim without any paperwork. Here's what happens when Julie books her next trip. She pays for her ticket to Stockholm with her bank card, and her bank, thanks to Baoba, offers her parametric travel insurance as part of her card benefits. When Julie is planning a trip, she receives alerts based on her location and her transactions on activating her automated flight delay coverage. She can then easily add her flight details and is now covered for her trip. She also receives safety advice and alerts around her destination. Unfortunately, Julie's flight is delayed, but Baoba is here to help. We automatically notify her and give instant access to claiming launch passes. She can now safely relax. Beyond Julie, there is a massive opportunity to protect people. Over 50% of consumers are looking to purchase insurance offers with their trusted banking partners, making up to a global bank insurance market of $1.5 billion US. We have successfully launched pilots in multiple European countries, and customers loved us. We have received NPS scores above 8.8, and over 20% of customers eligible have enrolled into the service. Now, we're very excited how we can combine Visa's payment capabilities with Baoba's technology to enable better cashless travel experiences. As a first stage, which we can immediately implement, Visa Direct can enable us to process instant claims directly to Julie's card. By implementing Visa Direct, we can expand together into new markets such as travel and insurance. As a next stage, we can supercharge Visa Signature and other cards by offering automated flight, luggage, and weather offers with the card, so customers are protected when they're on the road. We are incentivizing interactions with the Visa card and the brand itself, while also enhancing Visa's competitiveness in issuer RFPs through awesome card benefit frameworks. Our long-term vision is to become Visa's go-to provider for parametric insurance technology for all sorts of bank assurance. Wherever there is verifiable data, we have a parametric insurance opportunity. Imagine the impact we could have on Julie and other people's lives by offering them solutions that they need when they need it. Let's say someone has a solar panel, we can offer them a low sun guarantee, or protect their small business against adverse weather events, leaving Visa with an unlimited scaling opportunity. Together, let's make Visa the leader in payment-led parametric insurance globally. We can change insurance claims forever, one card at a time. Thank you.
Amazing pitch, Kata. Now, let's get into another round of Q&A with our judges. First off, let's go with Kate this time.
Thanks, Dolores, and thanks, Kata, for that presentation. It was great. I have a question around the service itself. So is this something that users would opt into at the point of sale of their ticket, or is it something that would be a benefit from their bank? Can you just help me understand how they would get the insurance?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So essentially, we have a highly modular solution, and we're always working with distribution partners to figure out how the best way to implement it into their user journey. We are working with banks where, as you mentioned, most of them would like to position this as a benefit attached to some cards, but we also work with insurers who offer it as part of a single trip policy where customers can add on this feature, essentially protecting them against the flight delays. So it highly depends on what type of partner we work with. But most of them are usually either insurance companies themselves or banks or similar affiliate channels such as online travel agencies who would sell insurance.
Awesome. Angela, I'll kick it over to you.
Thanks, Dolores. Kata, thank you for the pitch. I'd love to learn more about your revenue model and how that varies with the various distributors that you work with.
As we're a technology company, we charge a technology fee and we implement it into every policy that has this feature. So if it is a standalone product, we're going to take a technology fee per policy. If it's part of a broader travel insurance policy and just adding like this automated feature, then we're still going to charge that. So essentially, it's a technology fee, and we also charge one-time setup fees when we make sure that the solution is really fitting into our partners' existing user journey and value proposition.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. Kristen, I know you have a few questions.
Thanks, Dolores. Some of them have already been answered, so thank you so much, Kata, for being very precise. I wanted to dive in a little bit to your use case. So you explained how it worked and how if she misses her flight, she settles her claim within minutes. I want to know how quickly is she getting that money back? And then you also alluded to in working with Visa, you would be able to do more instant payments. So does that time increase or decrease with a partnership like Visa?
So essentially, with the Launchpad, they will immediately get that. And currently, we're working with a third-party payments partner who is holding a claims float in different countries in bank accounts. And currently, they can choose to the bank account transfer, which will depend on which geography it is. So it is not a very scalable or standardized solution, I would say, because it's just so different across Europe and North America. In different countries, but I believe that with Visa, this could be a more standardized solution, really enabling an instant payout, real-time payout in its real sense. So yeah, even compared to the bank account transfer, I believe that it would give us a better speed.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Great. And Buki, I'll have you go next.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kata. This was great. It would be great to understand a little bit more about the data sources, right? So for parametric insurance, obviously having verifiable data is really important. Can you talk about some of the data sources that you're using today, how those are integrated onto your platform, and how that kind of connects with the bank or insurance company that is your channel partner?
Yeah, absolutely. So We use both public and private data sources that are available for the flight. We're using two different data sources that are kind of cross-checking each other to make sure that if there is a lag in the data, then it's still supervised by the other data source. For the future, we're planning to, or actually we're working on this right now, issuing the weather parametric guarantee for travelers. And for that, we're again working with multiple weather data providers. Some of them are public, some of them are private.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kata. You did a phenomenal job in answering your Q&A and also an even better job on the pitch. Thank you, judges. Now, let's welcome Fernanda Orduña of Decaf, fastest and cheapest way to make international payments.
Hi, I am Fernanda, co-founder of Decaf. The problem that we have identified is that people in Latin America want to hold value in US dollars. And this is due to huge inflation and devaluation of their local currencies. We have seen this in places like Venezuela and Argentina that have had extreme inflation just in this year. At the same time, in the past year, we have seen a 10x growth of remote work in Latin America. And we discovered that remote workers want to be able to get paid in US dollars and hold their payments in US dollar value till they have to spend in their local currency. In this way, they are protecting themselves from inflation and devaluation. But that solution doesn't exist or didn't exist till now. And that's why we created Decaf Pay, the cheapest and fastest platform to send and receive money internationally. With this, people or companies in the US, for example, are able to send US dollar payments, and recipients or employees can cash out in more than 175 countries. So basically, you can transfer money to anyone, anywhere, instantly. How this works is that you input the amount in US dollars that you want to send. Then you have to select a recipient, so I will click on New Recipient. And this is the most important feature of Decaf Pay and our key differentiator. And it's that the sender has the option to choose what does the recipient get. The recipient can get USDC and then being able to hold their payments in US dollar value till they want to get their local currency. Or the recipient can get their local currency by a cash pickup or a bank account transfer. In my company, Decaf, we are based in the US, but we have many employees in Latin America, in places like Venezuela. And this is literally the only solution that we have found to being able to pay our employees in Venezuela. So I will go through the flow of what we usually do. I will click on the USDC option, and then I just have to input my employee username, Laura Martinez. Once I confirm the transaction, because she is already a Decaf user, she will get her payment straight into her Decaf wallet app. And then she will be able to do a cash withdrawal into her local currency whenever she needs the money to pay for medicine or groceries, for example. And all of this is thanks to our partnership with MoneyGram. Since we integrated MoneyGram, we have seen a growth of over 100% month over month. And this is just in cash withdrawals volume. But we realized that if we want to go to the next level, we have to be able to offer our users a Visa card with direct USDC settlement so that our Decaf users with USDC are able to pay in any place in the world where Visa is accepted. And with this, we would be opening ourselves to a whole new market by offering them a truly borderless and inclusive product, so that people like Laura in Venezuela now are able to get employee by a company in the US and get paid without any problem. And on the top of that, being able to hold their payments in US dollars, protecting from inflation and devaluation, and then being able to use her money anywhere in the world. And by this, we would be achieving Decaf's bigger vision, that is allowing people to have their money anywhere. Thank you.
And thank you, Fernanda. Amazing job. Now, on to our judges for another round of Q&A. Kristen, I'm going to kick it off with you this time.
Thank you, Dolores. Great pitch. So my question is going to be twofold because one, I just want to confirm something and then I have a follow-up question after. So it sounds like your model is strictly working with employers within the US that want to distribute payments to some workers that may be in Latin America, for example. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so right now, we are focusing our target market for employees in the US and people working in Latin America. But actually our product is borderless, so it can be used anywhere. So something that we have seen is that, for example, we didn't market for Africa, and we have seen people using it in Africa, sending US dollars to Africa and then withdrawing it there. So it is open to anyone, but now we are obviously focusing on our target market, that is companies in the US and employees in Latin America.
Awesome, thank you. You answered my second part of the question, which was what other markets could you expand to, or would you ever go B2C? So thank you.
Okay, great.
Thanks so much, Kristen. Buki, on you.
Yeah, I'll double down in the area that Kristen was talking about. So can you talk to us a little bit more about what those employer relationships look like? Like, are you signing a contract with an employer so that they're paying all of their remote employees through Decaf? Is it based on, individual employee demand? How do you integrate with an organization?
Yeah, so right now we are working with companies that are in our same ecosystem that already hold US dollars, USDC, and they are basically just going to our platform and sending the USDC payment straight into that. But eventually, what we are going to do as part of our market acquisition is to form partnerships with these platforms that focus on connecting this international talent with these companies like Upwork, Fiverr, and Deal, for example. And then it would be like a more customized solution for them. So right now it's basically companies going to our platform and making the payments there.
Got it. Thank you so much. And so in that future scenario, you're leaning more into like contract workers, right? Contractors and things like that.
Yeah, that is part of our market acquisition strategy eventually. But first, we want to prove that we have traction with individuals that are sending payments, because it's also worth mentioning that this works for employees and companies, but also works for remittances. So any person that wants to send money from the US to any other country in the world.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, next we'll have Kate ask her questions for Fernanda.
You read my mind, Fernanda. I was going to ask about remittances. What percentage of the transactions on the platform are currently between businesses and sort of individuals sending remittances to family or friends back home?
Yeah, so we have seen 60% of our transactions that are cash withdrawals also from companies that are paying their employees. And the other 40% is actually people living in the US, sending money back home in Latin America. So we have seen like it's almost equal, but there's a bit more because since the volume is bigger, we have seen a bigger percentage also from companies paying their employees.
Awesome. And next we'll have Angela to ask her questions.
Thanks, Dolores. Fernanda, I loved your pitch. I'd love to understand how many end users end up holding their USDC in their Decaf wallet, and or how quickly they disperse it through, I guess to MoneyGram. And then on top of that, how are you handling the custody of the USDC?
So what we have seen is that around 70% of the people that receive the money don't withdraw it immediately. We cannot know exactly like the amount of time that it stays there, but they don't withdraw it immediately. And what we have seen, and after interviewing these users, is that they don't withdraw it immediately because they want to hold it in US dollars till they want to use it for paying for things. And then the other question was, how do we hold the custody of the USDC? And the thing is that something very important of our product is that we are non-custodial.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
And that rounds out our third round of Q&A. Thank you so much, Fernanda, and thank you once again, judges.
Thank you.
Last but not least, I'm excited to introduce you to Jacqueline Brome of Onward. helping divorced and separated parents manage shared finances.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jacqueline, the founder and CEO of Onward. I'm sure that everybody here has seen somebody close to them go through a divorce and has seen just how painful and difficult that process can be. I saw my own parents get divorced at the age of 14, and for them, as for most people, money was the #1 cause of arguments through that process. So what is it that makes money so challenging for co-parents? Firstly, actually 65% of those who get divorced have no child support agreement in place, which means that every single expense for their kids is now up for negotiation. Even if you do have a child support agreement in place, child support by legal definition does not cover categories such as medical bills, extracurricular activities, etc. So people end up texting and emailing about expenses for the kids, both of which get messy very quickly. And lastly, power dynamics are often at play because women very often bear a greater burden in these co-parenting relationships because they take care of the kids more, and thus they take them to the doctor, to soccer practice, upfront more bills on their cards, and then have to ask to be repaid, all while very often being still financially dependent on their exes. And this is a massive underlooked market with over 50 million divorced and separated parents in the United States, transacting over $750 billion per year on their children. So we built Onward. Onward is the first financial platform built from the ground up with the needs of co-parents in mind. The way that it works is that usually one co-parent downloads the app first. Actually, 70 to 80% of our first-time users are women because, as I mentioned, they bear this pain point more acutely. From there, they invite their ex to join them on the platform, and the two can trade expenses back and forth, upload receipts, negotiate via the app, and then easily settle up and have a record of everything that occurred. In terms of our traction to date, we've tracked over $58 million on our platform so far, seen over 120,000 installs, and are monetizing via a $9.99 monthly subscription price. The next big thing that we're working on is our co-parenting card, which will revolutionize the way the two co-parents spend money for the kids. The way that it works is that two divorced parents will be able to set spending controls for exactly how they want money to move among these two co-parenting cards. Once those are set, either party can take the card and swipe it at the point of sale, and money will move seamlessly from their two separate bank accounts. So let's take, for example, a woman taking her child to the dentist. She swipes the card. Money's pulled seamlessly from those two accounts. She didn't need to upfront the money any longer. She no longer needs to ask to be repaid or wait up to 30 days for repayment, since most co-parents settle up monthly. He has full transparency on the transaction and can see that it was legitimate and took place at the dentist, and everything is automatically organized in our app. We're incredibly excited to partner with Visa on this card for a few different reasons. Firstly, divorce is a time that people regularly change nearly all financial products in their life, including cards. And that's why this is a great moment for Visa to acquire new customers. Secondly, Visa can lead the charge with us on innovation by addressing a historically underlooked market with a new and innovative product that will solve a lot of their pain points. And lastly, it's a great opportunity for Visa to have social impact, as our mission helps both parents and the children, and also empower women who, as I mentioned, bear the greatest burden very often in these relationships. Thank you so much. Very excited about the opportunity to work with Visa to create happier homes for the next generation. Thanks again.
Great work, Jacqueline. I can only imagine all of the awkward conversations that get avoided by using Onward. Now we're going to move into our final round of Q&A, and this time I'll have Buki lead us on into it.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Definitely agree with you that this is an underlooked area. In your pitch, you talked about the fact that usually one co-parent joins first, then invites their co-parent to join them. I'm guessing this happens when there's some sort of disagreement about a payment. Are there any other points, any other situations in which you think this application could be useful beyond just co-parenting, like managing other assets or other parts of the divorce process? And how do you integrate yourself in the process to make sure that Onward is part of that conversation?
In terms of the types of kind of expansion opportunities that we see for our product, beyond co-parents, we actually already have a cohort of married parents with separated finances who use our app. Today in America, 37% of those who get married keep their money separate, and it's growing every single year. And we see a lot of those people actually naturally downloading our product. And then ultimately, we also see ourselves expanding to cohabitating couples, people who share money back and forth. So we're really kind of at the nexus of all different types of groups of people that save money back and forth. And in terms of the moment at which we acquire customers, sometimes it's after a disagreement about money. Sometimes people are just trying to find good working tools for them as they exit the divorce. We've also had people download the app 10 years post-divorce as they just found the spreadsheet or text messages that they were using to be too cumbersome, and one day decided to look for another solution. So it can be actually from the separation process all through kind of multiple years post-divorce that we acquire our users.
Angela, on to you.
Thanks, Dolores. Thanks, Jacqueline, for a great pitch. You mentioned that there's a $9.99 subscription fee, and is that per parent or per, I guess, joint account?
It's per joint account, and the co-parents can then choose to split the expense if they want in the app.
Great questions, Angela. And next, we'll have Kristen.
Thanks, Dolores. So Jacqueline, you did such a good job of really laying out the pain point where it makes me think this one needs to be in every co-parenting relationship. And two, you said you were the first, but are you the only? It seems like an obvious solution that people would jump onto. So can you talk a little bit more about your competitive landscape?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. I would say over 95% of those who transition to using our platform are doing so from a system of text messages and emailed spreadsheets. We're really disrupting old-fashioned technologies in terms of the way that two co-parents communicate. In terms of our competitive landscape, there are apps that target divorced co-parents out there. That said, they primarily focus on other aspects of the co-parenting relationship, such as communication or scheduling. We see ourselves as the first fintech that's ever approached this space and looked at kind of the thousands of dollars that go back and forth every single month. So the average family spends $1,200 per month per child in the US. So these are thousands of dollars going back and forth, and has looked for a better way to smoothen out that money movement and reduce friction in communication. So at the moment, we are the first to market with this product, and excited to kind of see how it goes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that answer, Jacqueline. And Dolores, since I'm the last one, do I have a second to ask one more?
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I understand. So it sounds like, both parents have two separate accounts. Are you pulling money based on each transaction real time, or are they putting a certain amount of money into an account? How does that work?
Yeah, so the setup comes from a lot of customer research. It's very important in this market that nothing appears to be shared. So actually each person in the co-parenting relationship would fund their own Onward account. And then at the point of sale, the money would pull, let's say it was $100 with a 50-50 split, $50 from each separate account. And the magic that goes behind this and what makes kind of divorced parents open to this type of product is actually our spending controls, where they can preset, for example, I have a cap of $500 a month on medical. I have a more trusting relationship could have a cap of $1,000 a month on anything. In those more contentious divorces, it can be that every single expense needs to be pre-approved in the app. Let's say for $100 spent at Adidas, and then the card won't swipe potentially anywhere but Adidas, to really give the different types of co-parenting relationships the spending, the controls that they need in order to feel comfortable using the card.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. And with that, wraps up our final round of Q&A. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for the phenomenal presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, startups, for those great pitches. Now, audience members, check out the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $5,000 in prize money. You have 2 minutes to vote. Remember to come back as we share the experiences of this year's LGBTQ+ and Black American winners. Voting is now complete, and before we announce the winners, let's hear from this year's Visa Everywhere Initiative LGBTQ+ and Black American Edition winners, Ariana Armelli and Gwyneth Borden.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ariana Armelli. I am the founder and CEO at Dorothy. And what we do is we're offering a comprehensive benefit network to streamline recovery payments and services for property owners who go through severe weather events across the United States. What about you, Gwyneth?
Oh, that's a very timely problem. Hello, my name is Gwyneth Borden. I'm the founder and CEO of Remint. Remint empowers consumers to rebuild credit while resolving delinquent debt. We buy portfolios of charged-off consumer credit card debt, and we offer those consumers the opportunity to rebuild and earn a new credit card, a savings account, and rewards for a payment. And so I'm thrilled to be here and chat with Ariana and with Visa and talk about our exciting experience.
That's also a timely product. We should probably work together. We have a lot of users and some debt.
Absolutely.
So what was your experience like?
I have to say what I really enjoyed was the preparation, that Visa really invested in the preparation of us and the pitch. I mean, that was such an incredible coaching experience, not just for the purpose of the contest, but for the larger purpose of pitching. And as an entrepreneur, and especially as a female entrepreneur, you're constantly pitching people and trying to prove to people that you know what you're talking about and that you have a good presentation skills, and you're able to say, please invest in me, know that I know what I'm talking about. And so I really appreciated that. I mean, all the other finalists were super impressive, and all of their products were incredible, and everyone was so eloquent. So at the moment you're like, oh my gosh, gosh, who's my competition? Everyone's my competition. Could I win? But it was incredibly supportive and gratifying to, one, win. Two, the other contestants were so wonderful and congratulating and connecting with me after. And I feel like I've made some new connections in the industry, and just really am grateful for Visa for the opportunity. How about you? How was your competition?
So I agree with you 100%. At first, I wasn't quite sure what to expect out of the competition. I probably went through, I don't know, 10 or 15 revisions of my pitch deck, and constantly got feedback about how it's not personal enough, and I was like arguing back and forth with with my pitch person. But in the end, she was totally right. She definitely pointed me in the right direction to hone in on the personal aspect of the problem we're dealing with. And believe it or not, she actually sent me your pitch, because you guys, I think, were 2 weeks before us in your final pitches. So she sent me your YouTube section. So I kind of grabbed a couple of pointers from how you presented your product. So thank you for that. You didn't know, but
I'm so flattered. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the winners. And I guess let's find out who they are.
Now, welcome back our 4 finalists and Marie-Elise Droga, SVP of Global FinTech Partnerships here at Visa, to announce today's winners. We'll first start with the audience favorite, who will receive $5,000 in prize money. Marie-Elise, right over to you.
Thank you, Dolores, and good morning, good afternoon to everyone from my parents' guest room here in Paris, France. Before announcing the audience favorite, I really wanted to say how impressed I was with all the pitches today, and generally speaking, the fantastic work that you guys are all doing. Just being one of the 4 finalists today should make you all excessively proud, so really bravo. Now, the startup with most votes from our audience is Fernanda Orduna of Decaf. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
How do you feel?
Yeah, this is pretty exciting, actually. I was super nervous yesterday. I dreamed with the competition today, so it's pretty exciting to have this prize, and also to keep working with Visa to get to new markets and keep offering this product to more people to get more financial inclusion. So I am super excited about this. Thanks to Visa, and thanks to all the judges and everyone. Thank you.
I was talking to Dolores, and we were wondering, so what are you going to do with the money?
Yeah, I think that it will be all destined to marketing, because that is what we are focusing on right now, that we have the products ready. We will go heavy on marketing to get to as many people as possible.
Thanks, Fernanda. It was great to meet you, and congratulations again.
Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you too.
Congratulations. Now, what we've all been waiting for is for the overall winner announcement. Now, this startup will receive $20,000 in prize money. Maria-Lise, back over to you.
Well, before we talk about the winner, I do want to take a second to thank our 4 fabulous judges who joined us today and helped us to decide the winner. And I know it was a super tough job. So again, thank you so much to you. And I want to, again, thank all our finalists who did a terrific work in putting together these great pitches and decks. In my opinion, honestly, they can all be winners. That being said, there can only be one. And after careful consideration, the judges have decided that the winner of the Visa Everywhere Initiative Women's Edition is, drum of the beat, Jacqueline Rome of Onward. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So excited and grateful to be the winner of the award.
Well deserved. So
now, who are you going to tell first?
Who I'm going to tell? The team. I'd say just so grateful to have such an incredible team to be alongside me on this journey. Investors that have believed in us from day one. Thank you to the judges for the recognition, and actually to our co-parents more than anybody else. I've heard such incredible and touching personal stories, actually mostly from women, but from both parents throughout our journey. And we were so grateful that they trust us with one of the most sensitive relationships in their lives. Yeah, those are the people I'll tell first, and excited to share this win with.
Well, I'm guessing a lot of that money will go and continue to support your growth, but I hope you use some of it to celebrate with the team, right?
Absolutely. We've got a team offsite next month, and we'll put some of that money to good use. So I'm very excited to share it with the team.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again. Great meeting you, and good luck for the future. You're going to do great things.
Likewise. Thank you so much, and thank you to Visa.
Absolutely. Let's give a big thanks to our judges and finalists, and a huge congratulations to our winners. Finally, thank you to you, our fantastic audience, for being a part of the 2023 Women's Edition of the Visa Everywhere Initiative. To all the fintechs watching us today, to learn more about the Visa Everywhere competition, please visit visa.com/everywhere initiative. I'm your host, Dolores Terry. Please have an excellent rest of your day.